Okay. Conversions, tactic line centers, interference locations, computer adaptation cycles, reset line generation interference. All position locations, all levels, what you see through the eye interference. Understand your trap locations, all levels from inside. Nothing is outline interference. Everything is inside position locations. Today in class, we're going to travel through the conditions of the sacral, the high communications, all channels. It's all levels of view through calculations, modify all system. So each triangulation line center is set up to point locations. All right. So it's all about understanding the line signal, its position locations, goes down its signal into the ground interference to the power line center to the magnetic highway information system. So going through the sacral communication levels is all line connections of telepathy. How to communicate with it is its position locations, how you guys are directing signals to all levels when it comes into your coloration patterns. This is where you come into high formation line connections. To understand is that you can change the sacral and anything through coloration line system. Orange is not its orange line rotation. Orange is its calculation all levels of stream. So it's all position location. It's not one line of orange, it's everything of orange. Okay, so it could have 1,000 line connections. It could have 1 million positional coloration patterns. There's never one color of one color. It can mutate into anything through geometry interference. It's the operation cycle to its interposition locations. It interlines its connections to its interception. Now that holds the signal location to its eye receptor. That comes into calculation modification stream. So when you guys travel through it, all levels to its rotation system is going to be in its calculations. I'm going to bring you guys down into a micro dot. Okay, that micro dot is going to put everybody into an atom. Each line center is in calculations. You have 12 DNA track locations. That's your runway. That's your vamping system. Location calculations to your eco lines. Two position location is the collaboration channel that operates the signal locations all levels to its communication system. So as I bring you guys down to your atom, everything through chakra system has its atom line center. You have to come into molecular light, travel position locations, high level channel line, and rotation interference line, conditional direction line, center interference location, the vector core, and position location direction. So truly understanding full communication inside line center to the sacral of its intimate cycle. This is all formation locations. So everything that you go through is about understanding how to run your own programs through your own chakra system. It's planetary surface here, guys. You have to really how to use it through the sonar line centers, beacon light channels, communication system, sonar high position location and computer adaptation line centers, interference location of channels. So one goes in and one comes out. So it's true to understand the calculation modifications to all levels when you come into high channels. You have your crown chakra, 8-line center interference, going like this, position location line conditions. And you channel in position locations, reaches its data stream line to the eye receptor interference, the eye line position locations, all levels of the parent line center locations to all position location ear line conditions, right in position on the left. Right is ground line center, left is baseline in position. Down in signal line interference location to throw pattern in position location to crown line center interference, opens up all line center location, flux capacitor comes channel in position location line conditions. Now you have position location the Merkaba set and geometry interference in position location line conditions. That opens up all channel interference line conditions with direction. So understanding the ground line center opens up all communication line system to a chakra system of motion, opens up all motional track location to psychological connections. Right? So it's going to be a powerful class today. I'm going to turn you guys into an atom. Okay, turn you guys position location when we electrical light centers, we went into the microvalves. Now I'm going to turn you guys into an atom. So the center line position location is running streams, high position location computer adaptation cycle, reset generation light centers and rotation interference, getting you guys into set signal in the position location of travel time, high rotation line centers to its coloration pattern. Opens all line center locations to your chakra systems. Okay, 5-10 minutes, we'll get started. All right. It's great to see everybody. How's everybody doing? Make sure you have your water on standby, pre-flight checks before you travel, very important. This is all levels of the mind, the psychosis, the psychological connections of you and divide system locations. All right, let's see here. Okay, Dana, how's it going? Christina, how's it going? Ambi, how's it going? Everybody, how's it going? Val, how's it going? Lindsay, how's it going? Jill, how's it going? Terry, how's it going? Taryn, how's it going? Veronica, how's it going? Cami, how's it going? Jessica, Amy, Georgian, Christina, Sarah, True Light, Larry. Oh, Barbara, how you doing? Eric, JP. All right. So you guys have never been in transformation of an atom, first time. So it's extremely fast. It's going to be extremely bright. You're going to be the center position locations into the center line. So you really have to understand the calculations, how to basically get into the resonance pattern of what a chakra system is. It's all communications of you inside. So the more you send the coloration, the more you send its division location of what it is. All right. So coming down the line. Yeah, make sure you have your water, Elaine, Karen. Karen, how you doing? It's good to see you. Let's see. Brainer, little Jess, Gypsy, Jill. Thanks for the grounds. Get everybody in formation to its position. Michael's set up the communication towers. That's all set up through signal. Jay. All right. Don. Catherine. Burma. Christy. Got to put you in line, center, and interference, and position, program setting, reset generation, light condition levels. Protect high, center, interference. Christine, squad unit, how's it going? Gingy. All right, so as you guys are basically transformed into, right? It's all through perception. So it's a self-generation light center. Now, it's all position location, how to use it through an audio line channel. See how I'm going? See? See what I'm doing? See what's happening? You see what I'm doing? And see how it's pausing each time? This is how you get set up. See what it's doing? I'm vortexing, guys. See? Isn't that cool? See that? See? Stop and go, stop and go. Signal and position redirect line center interference. So the computer is getting set up position locations of direction. It's high signaling, its position location, its computer adaptation, bring you guys into calculation. All right? It's pretty wild. So it's just reading signals right now. Okay, it's reading graph lines, centers, and position locations, redirections. It will bounce out in position location to its direction. So as it's setting a high interference, the computer is trying to get everybody set up to their atom center. So it's interesting how I go back and forth, right? So it's amazing how it positions its locations, how I'm just channeling into high line conditions and moving signal in position of traveling extremely slow, but extremely fast, all in one signal. So this is what an atom is. It's getting you guys set up, all right? So this is how it's calculated and modified through communication cycles, regeneration light centers, and rotation to its position. Now it's fast tracking its high line center in calculations, all right? All right, so the signals are good. We're going on the white graph interference. See what's happening? See how fast I'm traveling? Vortex, communication cycles, high center interference. So it's amazing how you get position location as directions. All right. So we're going to go into ground line centers, rainbow activation, high interference locations, ground line center, set up position location, high channels, high line center, fluctuation line conditions, all levels, flux capacity location. All right. So high interference, high position location, code signals. Rotation line centers, dimensional lock. There's a dimensional lock in rotation calculation. All right, as it's going in signal line interference, it's coming into all levels. Stream interference left 3 line conditions, all position. All right, so it's got a flywheel line center in position locations, all right? So you're automatically going to be into a 48 line center into 24 signal in position location, a start off line, okay? line is going to put position location of its directions. Okay, sending you guys a course, highlight center, electrical lights, electrical panels, electrical interference, in program setting to position location, line direction. All right, so in calculations, again, you guys down into all levels, into an atom line center. Code setting locations, accrue units, line position locations, squad units, 1 and 2 position locations, GFL, rebellion line center, send in master communication and sentient gods. Bring him into an atom line center and position location to redirect lines, his rotations. Touching the thumb line center. All right. High signal interference in position location to direction is now in center operation to an atom position. So it's amazing what happens. Now that's going to keep going through high interference because I'm holding space line center, all line condition location. So it looks like I'm going slow, but I'm going extremely fast, right? Because that's why I keep moving, right? See how it's, see? See? So it's incredible. It's never been set up this way, location of space, anything in that high system. It's incredible how you come into the atom line center. So make sure you guys have your water. All right. It's set in signal locations positions. So you got a 48 window that sets an interference location into 24 position. Now you got line conditions all levels into high interference locations to the sunlights and everything through the moon of its program settings, setting you guys into an atom center position location of its directional line conditions. Okay. So that's amazing how you change position locations. Make sure you get into your breathing. Make sure you drink your waters. You guys are now atom line center locations of its position. Right? But it's incredible. See? It looks like I'm going slow, but I'm going extremely fast. It's amazing how you come on channel because the computer adaptation understands a high system. You just understand all calculations and how powerful it is of what the mind has to understand through its conception. It's incredible force when you come in that position, guys, right? Because you guys have never been in high interference of an atom rotation. So all right, so how are we doing all here? Well, it's a better understanding too, because it's all position locations. You guys are nothing but an atom now. So you have to learn how to go through that position locations. I had to figure out what each atom was in a tracker locations. I had to understand what the molecular light was. It's the fast track interference location line directions where you can travel simultaneously all at once in one time line interference location. It's incredible when you understand the communications, right? But once it registers the computer adaptation to its position locations of me through travel, it's incredible how fast you can travel through vortex of communication through an atom. See? Start here. 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 See? You see how that's set up? I know it's going extremely fast. So it's a communication that comes from my voice box line center. So, okay. My Sacral is the brightest I've ever seen. So it's happening, smooth running, steady flow. Very good, Joe. Excellent. Can't teach. My stepson's kind of freaking out. Oh boy. Take me out, my step son's kind of freaking. Okay, take position location on levels. Put in position locations of highline centers of Terry back in communication system. Reset generation lights. Take her to the online center. There you go, Terry. You're back in position location direction. All right, so Terry's out. Yeah, everything has a power center, charge and sys locations. All right, just understand that the center line center is its operation of its atom. Everything around the atom is its Merkaba, tesseract, and its tetrahedron. So every chakra system has to have an atom that correlates its position location to its panel that opens all line connections to its position. So as you know, I'm moving back and forth, but what you don't understand is it's going extremely fast. Okay, and that's what an atom is. So it's registering pattern line interference and setting up higher levels of spaceline connection. It's very powerful when you come in that position location. Neutral signals coming in out of the orb, huge data highway, good. Okay, put me in. Yeah, you're in position locations, Eric. You're in high center line interference. You're in GFL's messenger light. You're in the atom interference location line conditions. Stop getting into high interference location negative cycles. You got to get positions of positive line center. Power center is balancing the rest of my chakras. I just focus my love in the area. We're all connected to this in position locations. So you guys are in your essential line conditions, each of you. Okay. So putting you guys into an atom, okay, sets position location of its direction to its operation of its avatar. It's probably the most powerful thing that you can consume inside your body, how fast you can go. Amazing, isn't it? What space is when it comes in linear time. So when you're going, right? So, okay, so small, like looking at a giant city, all the lights and cars are going by. The cars are like databytes. Yep. Yeah, coming in the bytes. Yep, exactly. It's very powerful stuff. Organize, and that's what you want, right? And where you are. And it's amazing where you come into communications, where you can be through travel, knowing you're going to be this today, you're going to be that tomorrow. Okay, so it's all about understanding where you are in your space line, but turning yourself position location to an atom puts everything in balance position location to its calculations. So if you see fast line centers, then you understand it's bytes, the data byte communication system. It's all line center location. So each chakra system has its atom line. It sets a signal. So it correlates locations where it goes this way and where it goes this way. That goes up your data communications of your data stream location, rain graph line channel location line system. So it's truly, truly understanding you on all levels of inside of operation. So that's exactly what it is. Yeah, traveling to hyperspeed right now. Yes. Yeah. All right, so let's stay with the triangles and communication system. All right, so we're going to set course line channels in calculation modification stream. All right, so we're going to change the coloration into a matrix lock. I love the matrix lock position locations in the box center in position location direction. All right. Now, it doesn't look like much, but it sets its course, okay, in the center operation line. Okay, so it reset position locations of direction, all right, calculations, all right? So as you come into calculations, you come into higher line center rotations of space, communication system, rotation centers, all communication is program setting. As you can see, position location of its intelligence. See the intelligence? See? So where's the holographic structure in position? It's inside line. It's always inside position locations. As it's creating high interference, it's setting a program location Sun graph line centers point position location of direction. Okay, this is the location of its intent to its high signal. Okay, see how it comes on high interference? Now that graph line center is position locations. So each country has its own shape. Now you understand what it is, position location hologram line. The hologram line is set in high interference location of high center rotations. Sets core side position location of direction. Resets generation light centers in rotation to its position location of direction. Okay, so as it comes in direction line interference, we set program locations as high system, allocates time streams in high interference location. Right, see how it comes in a map sequence, location of pattern. So it calculates and modify all levels. It opens all channels, line, interference locations. Fires and wires a high line, channel line, rotation interference. Okay, the optical line, channel line, rotation to its calculations. High stream, high centers, right? Modification signals and rotation center, regenerate its light center and interference. Now we merge in position location of the direction. Now it channels its locations of its division locations, plotted to division location to its calculation. All right. As it comes in high center interference location, the intelligence signal comes into its own antenna. That antenna changes its line interference and programs setting location electrical light connections to its flux capacitor. Now the flux capacitor is in high rotation. Now as it comes in high interference, it changes its rotation center. We set the reline center in rotations, set the course line channel in high line conditions, retract high position location of directions, rechannel the high rotation in calculation. Okay. So as that's in high signal, it's changing everything right away. Correlation to all levels of space comes into antenna. The antenna comes into a blue line center. Now that's a plasma light that comes around position location. That protects the intelligence of its graph line center in its structure of its face recognition of time sequence. It opens all channel line interference locations, line conditions. Right? There's the intelligence location. Intelligent eye line opens up its eye line interference and position location of direction. See the intelligence? Right? That's me. So in calculation modification line system, it's all levels of view through track interference. So plotted to division location is all levels of graph, guys. You have to truly understand how to use yourself. You're always in travel recognition of you. Time sequencing, time code, time interference. You just have to truly understanding what you're seeing from inside of a hologram structure of its eye line of its receptor interference. It's always in position location to its flux capacitor. Channel line center location, mutating anything through hologram interference location. Right? But it's all position location what you see through the eye center. Okay? So, how's everybody doing so far? It's pretty well, eh? Yeah, it's powerful stuff. Using the capacitor to take in the imbalance and shoot out the new brightness and organize them. Being told to traumas, release them in like a room of, yep, that's exactly what you need to release. Everything is given you to that position locations. But traveling through the sacral through locations of an atom is extremely, extremely important to understand its position. All right, just seen a design almost like a geometric flower shape. Great. So you come in and calculation and illustration of the diagram programs that love chess. Good for you. Drink your waters, guys. All right, we're in almost 25 signal line center interference. Well, you have to truly understand why is it being interrupted because you guys are now an atom. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand the position locations, how you can merge into anything through transformation of light. The computer has to recognize you. The phone has to recognize you. Your car has to recognize you. Every single time you travel, what are you traveling into? Through perception. How do you think I'm able to do this? See? Traveling so fast, but still going. Right? Pretty incredible, isn't it? So it's going frame by frame by frame by frame, right? So this is how your thoughts are connecting to your chakra system. It's on a rotation system to its cycle. It resets generation light centers in its program setting. coming to the levels of space and its connections of time. See? So this is how you come into online center. Okay. So what's happening is I'm pausing space as I'm traveling very fast, but to you it looks very slow. But on position location, what do you see through perception? So this is true understanding is that when you're seeing the avatar is seeing me very fast. And where it's going, where is it setting? Is it going north? Is it going south? Is it going east? Or is it going west? Right? So he's trying yeah, so way past light speed. All right. Let's see. I know one of the data bytes that is going through the entire chakra system now. Root and back through whole systems. Releasing old programs. Yep, exactly. What you're coming in the position. All right. Okay, so we're almost coming into 30 lines. Just backtracking here. Now, it's very powerful when you see me, right? So when you're seeing me, what are you seeing me of? All right. So it's kind of like seeing a flash of something. It's like redirecting and directing. It's like, here's a triangulation, center point. It's all set up. See how it's skipping? It's pretty wild, eh? And it's still going strong. Time is still going, right? So basically, on the ground line center in position locations, understanding that in high interference, where are you in the ground line center locations of position? So this is Trinity standing. Let's say we go into an hour line center. Okay, an hour line center is basically what? 60 minutes. So that's 60,000 miles per second. 60,000 miles per second on space line. And a 60-minute line interference on a ground position on Earth, at your perception location, to your 1%. Now, the physical line center is already set at position location of its direction. It's the bounce signal of the male and the female aspects of you of travel. Okay? So your general is traveling extremely fast. Okay? I just want to show you what it is when you come into your power generation light centers. Because each chakra system represents you through geometry interference, your GOD locations. So, bright gold and orange, flux capacitor with a heart line, DNA structure, glorious, good. Fluctuating, yeah, deleting, that doesn't reside with you, cleansing, field positions, locations, all levels of perception. Okay. Gamma, omega star shape, waving, looking good. Well, there you go. So now you understand what the calculation is to the chakra system of the sacral. So I wanted to show you what it's like to understand how to travel through different position locations of direction. Each one is representation of you through emotion, right? So you have to understand how to balance space, and you have to understand how to balance time. You are the center line conditions of levels, right? So you can't be separated. You have to be in position of guided through transformation line conditions. So in position, let's say this is the ground line center. This is my Merkaba. That's my Merkaba right here, right? Everything's set in position locations of the power line center, power line position locations in line system. It's all calculated all levels of its triangulation. Back in position locations, triangulation. Back in position, location, triangulation. Okay? So you can cross the signals in high center. See the cross signals? Looks like a honeycomb location. This division location of its pattern opens all line center rotations of its, see? Solar graph line interference in position redirect line interference locations. Channel its high system. Back in calculation line stream, right? Back into the Merkabah position. Okay? So in calculations, when you're sending your thoughts, make sure you know what you're doing. All right, make sure you have your grounds, make sure you have your waters, make sure you're in position location diagram line center in your imagination location to its phenomenon. Then you can take off in position location to its direction. All right. So there's a lot of things you have to understand, right? That's the importance. Okay. You are trying to understand you at all levels from inside. Okay. So I'm just showing you how powerful it is, how the physical line center in that position location, that computer understands you of where you are, right? And where you're going to be, right? To and from. What is the intent? What is the will? What is the force? What is the creation? Where is your location? Okay? You see how powerful that is? So when you're setting up something, what are you creating? See? It's amazing, isn't it? Creating something from nothing to something to everything is a correlation of panel, force line communication, all levels, how you create these things through position. Roller coaster flying through the colors, hard space was huge, and I could see keys stored in various chakras. That's exactly what it is. Has its archives and stored in position locations, all levels. There's so many line conditions of your data streams, guys. Truly understand what it means to you is all levels of emotional track. That's why you really have to stay in the center operation of you. Once you stand the center position location of operation of space-time, you'll travel through the same position location as general will and the connections. How you can actually stop time, slow down time, and speed up time. See? So great. So I'm going to get you guys out. Okay. All right. Atom interference, high program line center, reset generation light centers and position locations, bring them back to calculation on lines. Cruise units, high position location squad units, 1 and 2 position location GFL, everything the rebellion locations, sending master communication of ascension gods. Bring it back to communication system location. All right, you guys are back. What was that like? It's going to take a bit because I'm traveling very, very fast. I want to show you exactly what is actually traveling through an atom conditions. I was in molecular light. So it's all about understanding how to travel extremely fast in one position, one direction, one location, simultaneously, all at once. So it's fun, wasn't it? Yeah. So I know you guys probably have to watch this video again, but you see how fast I'm going. I'm just showing you what it is when you come into the levels of its intelligent location. You ever wonder when you see yourself position location of graphs, what does it mean to you? So to understand the triangle location, box system line center in position location of direction, right? Circle in position location of direction. So that's box and a triangle and a circle. Okay. So in calculation, traveling through it is all levels of U through direction locations. Okay. You come into position locations, you come into direction line center. It's amazing how you can make anything through high system locations, all through a box, a triangle, and a point location. Center operation line center to anything through direction high system, its position. All right. Okay. Being my own universe in high rotation, aware of all atoms seen, mark about each planet's systems apart from each, able to see clocking, keeping time and space. Pretty much. Yeah, I know. Angie, how you doing? Portals closed. Thank you, Michael. Communications all centered. All right, so I'm just bringing myself down now. Just showing you how you can basically merge into anything simultaneously all at once, right? It's all through your voice grids. How much command do you have to understand you from all levels of operation? You're channeling on so many levels from inside position location, guys, right? Once you channel, everything from inside comes outside. And that's how I'm able to go so fast in a linear of time. See? So, yeah, make sure you check your portals and high center. All right. So, tomorrow we go through the power generators. It's going to be fun. Through the chakra system, which is yellow. Sure, there's same position location, your top rotation lights. You communicate the system to your heart generation light center. All right. Talk to you guys later.